Hello, good evening, welcome back to West Ham Network. And good morning to you, young man in Brisbane. Oh, he's gone. Here he is. He's back.
Well,
Hello, mate. How are you?
good, bro. Good, bro. We've had a beautiful one day, perfect the next, not quite today. We got hit with a massive storm last night, and then it's still raining. But apart from that, all good.
All right. Okay. Well, it doesn't look like it's poor weather from here.
No, it's just raining.
Yeah, no, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Right. Okay. I may have to decline a call a couple of times, so I might go blank because somebody's trying to call me and I can't talk to them right now. Anyway, yeah. So, as the title states, we are sending out our good wishes to all those on the east coast of America. Hurricane Milton is about to hit, from what we can gather. And,
Yeah.
let's just hope that there aren't any, serious injuries or fatalities. Let's hope people are prepared.
Well, hopefully. I've been following it quite intensely, like for the last couple of weeks, bud, because of Helene that hit them, just over a week ago in North Carolina. And my God, the damage it did, it's frightening. It really is. I've watched a lot of stuff about it, and you couldn't believe the damage that did. And the amount there's over 200 people now that have died from it, and many missing. It's horrendous. And to have because part of Florida got hit with that as well. And for another one to come in a week later, my God, that's pushing.
And they're saying it's like 3 times more intense, this one that's coming in.
Well, its intensity at the moment is a category 4, but I reckon because they start withering a bit as they hit land, but they're predicting a bit of category 3 when it hits, which is still fucking catastrophic. Believe me, we know what it's like here with major storms out when they're up there. We get more cyclones than we do. What they got coming in?
Hurricane.
Geez, I keep mixed up. Yeah, they got how we get cyclones really bad. But even now in Florida, the rain and the intensity of the wind, and it isn't so much that's hurricane will damage buildings. It's going to throw everything up in the air. It's going to smash the shit out of the place. But it's the storm surge they need to worry about, and we're very well versed in that in Australia. We've had it when a storm surge and the intensity of the rain, bursts all the creeks, and they all end up flowing into, say, the Brisbane River here when we had it. And then the river rises by 4 meters, and then the whole of Brisbane got flooded. And they're predicting there anything between 10 and 15 feet of a storm surge of water, which is fucking frightening. That's above people's houses, for low-lying houses.
15 feet, that's at least like 4 meters, isn't it?
Yeah, that's 4 meters, geezer. That's your house underwater. So this is their worry. If the water comes what they're predicting, there's going to be a lot of people underwater. Now, hopefully, most people have been evacuated. But the trouble is, what we find here as well, you can give them all the warnings in the world. You can tell them days before, which they did when that hit Brisbane, and people stay, and they think they can fight it, and then people end up dead. And that's your worry, that people don't heed the warnings or can't get out or won't get out, and people die because of it. And so I'm hoping that most have got out and got away from it, because you can't just hunker this down with a hurricane. It'll take your house. It'll blow it across the fucking field.
Yeah.
It's not safe just to be sitting in the house.
It'll lift cars, vehicles, vans, trucks, machinery, all sorts of stuff. They got to be careful of those high-rise cranes and all that sort of stuff. All of that could come crashing down.
Yeah, the irony of his role, Budge, all the stuff, when they got done last week, Florida, all that crap from the houses, what happens? You've got to go and clear the house, everything's been ruined. And all them piles of crap are sitting outside them houses. Right? Tons and tons of it. Now, they become missiles when a hurricane hits. That is going to fly everywhere, right, if it hits them. And that's just even more damage. It's deadly. I mean, we've had it here with our cyclones. It's stuff. I was in a building once where it picked up, the scaffolding planks, picked them up and threw them across the road into our building, straight through a window. That's how dangerous, the winds are. They're 125 miles an hour wind, 140. Right? It's mental.
Yeah.
So, you've got to, anyone who wants to pray, mate, I'd be praying for the people there. And hopefully, damage is damage. But you don't want all these people dying from it. You need to either get out get the high ground as well. Get the high ground. Yeah. If nothing else.
And like I said, hopefully these people have been prepared enough to have evacuated the areas that are going to be worst hit, I would hope.
Yeah. Most will be evacuated, mate. They've all got to head north out of Florida because it's coming right across the guts of Florida from the west side of Florida right through to the east. So, Fort Myers is that around that area. It's not good.
Yeah. Right, so just quickly go through the chat for a little bit. Mark's in. Good evening, Hammers fans. He says, got in super early. Randy says, all right, guys, deepest thoughts to the East Coast Hammers. Stay safe. How you both doing? Hope you do feel about the 8. How do you feel about the 8 points we've picked up this season? Do you think it could be better? Is it okay? What do you reckon? Randy, listen, 8 points is 8 points. We'd be screwing if we hadn't got any. So, I don't think. I mean, I would probably say that there are 9 points that would have been available at the beginning of the season that we weren't going to get anyway. You know what I mean? There was Villa. I don't think we were ever going to beat Villa. I don't think we were ever going to beat City, and I don't think we were ever going to beat Chelsea.
It's about where I expected to be be honest, Budget, at this time.
So, but thoughts to the East Coast Hammers and those that are non-Hammers as well. Stay safe, everybody. Mark beating me and Happy Hammerette, putting me to shame, he says. They have a competition for getting in early. Hope everyone in the chat is doing well. Just don't want to see any injuries being picked up like the last international break. Full crew. Let's hope Lopetegui gets it right against Spurs. Well, let's hope that his selection isn't limited or any more limited than it is now. And then we should do all right. We usually do. Against Spurs, that is. We usually do all right against them. I'm hoping so anyway. The starter for 10, Angie Stone.
He's up. Usual.
Usual.
A bit early for that.
Yeah, mate. Great tune, though. Great tune. Missy Mountain Hot. Gallows Pole. Zeppelin Man, I see. Right. Okay, come on. The time's going to come. Line sheet. That's all you can do. Oh, look, come on. Stop it already. Right, what's Randy says, what's everyone's opinion on Lopetegui after 7 games? Feel like performances, tactics and personal choices will come with time. Ipswich was a good win, but we'll judge him on Spurs, Man U and the Forest game. Yeah, well, there's only so much we can do as fans, and all we can do is keep supporting the club, regardless of who the manager is. So, it's fair enough to say that we can judge him and that, but we've got no say in whether he's there or not. So we just got to support him, really. Rather than judging him, let's support him and hope he does the right thing.
Yeah, and I always said, Budge, I'll judge him after 10 games and not before. It's fair to say he's been a bit hit and miss, you know, but he's finding his feet. He doesn't know his best 11 yet. You know, we've got a lot of new players. Let them. I think Tadebo's showed that he should be a great signing for us. If Ipswich is anything to go by, he had a smashing game. So it's just early days yet. I'll say I'm not one of them to jump in with managers. I want to give him time and then start, you know, after 10 games, I'll evaluate where I think he is and whether he's going to be a success.
Yeah.
I'm 50-50 on that, whether he will be at the moment. So,
yeah. Well, that leads us perfectly into the usual comment. He says that he was on the Wolf channel this afternoon and asked about Love Taylor. Yeah. And they said he really split the fan base down the middle. Which is kind of how it's looking here at the moment.
I mean, it's just too early for me. You know, like I said, there was games there I wasn't very impressed. Ipswich, and it was Ipswich, by the way, and I've watched nearly all of Ipswich games this year, and that's the worst game they've had, Ipswich. They've been good. Very good. Even though I thought we could, I said it last week, I thought we could put 3 or 4 past them. But they weren't that good. The lap was their shining star. And really, we should beat them. And it was only Ipswich, but it was, and the difference being, and I said this before as well, regardless of the manager, you need your big players to turn up. And they haven't been. And I said this, you know, last week, Bowen, you know, Emerson, Paqueta, they haven't shown up this year until this game. And Bowen had his best game. Emerson done good. Kudos was good, you know. Antonio was really good. Suchek was good. There's the difference for the manager, you know, when the players turn up as well. You know, go focus.
Yeah. All right, okay, so this was a good comment. Randy said, still got the same reservations like the Wolves fan, but as usual, like the Wolves fans as usual, but not saying he's doing crap, just saying he can do better. Just need to see this next run of fixtures to really judge him. And that's a fair comment. Brendan's asking, did anyone see the Athletic interview with Fornell? No, I haven't.
No.
Brendan.
That'd be nice.
Well, I'll have to have a look for that. I'll have to have a look for it.
What's entitled? Moy's out.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Oh, hang on. Sorry. Mark said he couldn't sign for another English team.
Oh, God. That's nice.
Yeah. Randy's saying you can tell he really cared for now. He was special in terms of getting what West Ham was all about. Not always the best at times, but always respected him. Best of luck to him.
Absolutely, Randy.
Yeah, Randy.
Yeah.
On,
very lovable. Yeah. Lovable character, wasn't he? Still is. For that matter.
He had had a sulk and walked out of the club. Oh, you're talking about Loftus, yes. Yes. That is the story that's going around.
Yeah.
Fornell's had a very likeable personality. He did indeed. He was upset because Moyes didn't want to play him in the Bournemouth home game because he was about to be sold. So he didn't get a chance to say goodbye to us on the pitch. Thanks, Moisey. Usual. In honour of the Antipodean link in the chat, I will split some lines with Aussie bands that have in my collection. I will not do the obvious one. Brendan, thanks, mate.
Let Dan Under do, mate.
Yeah. Usual, we got that, mate. Yeah. Also nice to see Boy wearing a West Ham shirt with a nice touch, bless him. Yeah, he actually, I remember him teaching his kids to sing. West Ham are massive. That was him, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure that was him.
We should buy him back in January, mate. Get him back.
I think we should have never got rid of him.
Fucking hell, I'd have him back.
So would I, mate. What? I mean, like he's like one of those ones, like Paqueta, you know, and also I believe Stellaire is very similar. He's quick thinking, get that pass out real quick. Like, you know, like that ball from Paqueta for the final goal in the final. Yeah. You know, and Fornals has done that on a number of occasions. You know, and I think he had that. He had what it was about to be a West Ham player. And I believe he's now a West Ham fan.
Gone now. You've got to move on, unfortunately.
The wintergreen, the juniper, the cornflower, and the chicory. All the words he said to me. Don't know that, mate. Oh, it's obviously an Aussie band. Right, hang on, let's see. I'm not doing this music stuff at the moment. Right, okay. Randy says, on Lopetegui, I think we all need to see consistency with him in terms of the upcoming fixtures. I hope we build from the Ipswich game. Don't want to be a one-off as to build. Yeah, I agree. We all agree. We would all agree with that, mate. Right. More music. Let's gonna be skipping. Right. See, Randy's the only one keeping the West Ham talk going. Everyone else is talking music. By the way, there are 26 people watching. It's very nice if you could click the like button for us. It keeps bringing us back. Randy says it will be interesting to see how Maracana starts against England tomorrow. Well, I'll be cheering for him because there ain't no West Ham players in the England squad, so I won't be cheering for them. James Bond. Good evening, James. Jolly good evening,
James.
Army, and all you happy and positive potatoes. Right. Randy says, great show last week, guys. Best show ever last week. Thanks very much. And that was the one where it was all fucking up. That's great, isn't it? I can hear you. Oh, and do you know what it was? It was that setting on my phone. I've got this.
So your fault then. Fucking your fault.
Oh my
God. Yeah, you blame me for fucking a half hour we were on.
No, I said I couldn't hear you. Why is it only you I can't hear, I was saying. But it's because I had a setting turned off on my phone. I have to do the settings properly. I just keep switching it off. Look, Toby's in the house. That's Fedora.
Toby, not quite Fedora, but yeah. I bought this in Portugal, by the way. This
nice. Frog in the well. Good evening, Frog. Oi, he said. Derek's in the house. Good evening to you.
Derek.
No tech issues this week, hopefully.
No, Mark.
We did have before we went on air, but that was maybe that setting again.
What is an issue is getting the fucking rain. I can hardly hear you now because the rain hitting the roof here.
Oh, really?
That's my issue.
Trouble?
Huh?
Are you having proper trouble hearing me?
Yeah, because of this rain. Not you, but the rain. I might have to relocate inside if it gets to worse.
Yeah.
Just the noise of it hitting the roof.
Switch it on, like, you know.
Not hear a fucking thing.
Oh, sorry. Happy's in the house. Toby's saying hello. Everyone's saying hello. Good morning, Alan.
Good day, Alan.
How are you, mate? Hope everything's going well. Frog saying good evening, everybody. Oh my God! Look.
Oh, Hilltop.
Oh, there we
They're
go.
a good band, that Hilltop Group. Quite like them. Good.
Oh, really? I never heard of them.
Yeah, they're a good sort of band, mate. Wacky sort of band. Quite good.
Nosebleed section.
Silverchair, geez. God. Yeah, you are going into some Aussie bands there, mate.
Happy saying, wishing everyone safety with the hurricane. Best wishes to everyone out there, says Randy. Right. The authorities were asking residents to wear identity bracelets in case they die.
Wow.
It was probably, yeah, that's probably the strength of it. Yeah. What European match was that in the background? Not me. Never had no matches on. It lands at around midnight tonight, apparently. So that would be East Coast. That would be like 4 in the afternoon.
It's gonna land about midnight their time, Budgie.
Oh, midnight their time.
Yeah, around between 11 p.m. and 1 p.m. their time.
Right, so that's like 6 o'clock a.m. our time.
Yeah, for you tomorrow morning is where it's about to hit.
Yeah,
I know I've worked for that for here. 3 o'clock this afternoon for me.
Yeah,
we're expecting 3 to 4 o'clock, something like that. Estimated.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Oh God. And as Happy said, it must be so frightening, and I agree. Like to know how many points we dropped.
Give me a minute, Budge. I might fucking relocate to this lane. Really hard to hear.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Wally's in Florida. Greetings, mate. Look, stay safe out there, buddy. And stay in touch with the world of YouTube, mate. Let us know how things are going out there. But most importantly, you stay safe. We've won 8 out of 24, Happy. Happy saying stay safe. Robert Singleton says he's watching the live stream from Fort Myers at the moment. All right. Ian, good evening to you, mate. Will make me think twice in future before moaning about a bit of wind and rain as we tend to do. Absolutely, mate. It's absolutely astonishing. And Cieran was saying earlier on about what excuse me. Cieran was saying about what devastation that kind of wind force can create. I don't know the difference between a cyclone and a hurricane, if I'm honest, but all I know is that, from the way that it's been described in many forms by many people, it's bloody scary, and I really wouldn't want to be there myself. And I just hope those of you that are out there and in line for a visit from Milton, please stay safe and batten down the hatches, mate. Batten down the hatches. Wasim, good evening to you, sir. Right, so Wally says they're fine in Florida Panhandle. Storm will be well south of here. Did see a lot of trees down from Helene on the way here. Right, okay, so you're going to be safe. That's the main thing. No Howard or Danny boy, not at the moment, mate. Usually they're there, but not yet. Oh, yeah, that's a good point, Rob. Well, good thinking, mate. Have you heard from Charlie Boy? Let us know, Wally. I might even send him a message myself after the show. George Baldock, Sheffield United player. Oh, mate. R.I.P. George Baldock, and our commiserations to your family. Frog says, I lived in Canada for a bit and pissed myself when I used the sand drops on the May end.
All right.
Yeah, look, George Baldock, Sheffield United player, passed away.
Really?
Do you remember
that name?
I can't say I remember him, but
yeah, I do.
So Wally's in the handle, so he's fairly safe. He's not.
Yeah, I've been thinking about him, Wally, Charlie boy, because he's in Florida.
Yeah, I'm going to send him a message after the show. I'll let you know how it goes. I think you'll be affected by it. Hoping for the best for him. Yeah, mate, we all are. We all are. Oh, Sam Baldock's brother who played for West Ham.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember Sam Baldock at West Ham. And I remember Baldock playing for Sheffield United.
Yeah. Brother. Right, so Happy's just worked it out. This calendar year, we've played 26 matches, dropped 51 points, which I hadn't bothered looking.
That's it, yeah. Fucking hell. Bring in the good news, right? Fuck me.
No matter how lopsided before, come on, you iron. Great God. Change. 51 drop, yeah. Oh, God, he's going to start her off, look.
Fuck yeah. We just had a really great fucking win against Ipswich, and you want to point out all the shit we were before it. Fucking brilliant. You want to change that name? Happy Hammerhead. Fuck that off.
Yeah. And look, she's had ice cream already. Oh, right. Man United have dropped 38. Yeah, no, we've been a lot worse than them. Not just smash the like, people, please. You awesome hammers, super awesome hammers. Oi. Frog says he screams in bed as well, coach. And then she walked into that. Right, Lawrence is in the house.
Hey, Lawrence.
Thank you for joining us, sir. Glad you did. Glad you did. Budgie, you've had your ears lowered. Hot face, looking smart as per usual. Evening lovely.
No, I did. I got the boy. I got the two clippers out. Went out in the garden. Got the boy to shave the whole head off.
Yeah, look, like
and trim up the beard yesterday. So
yeah, lovely, jubbly. So yeah, nice. It was noticed. Thank you, Happy. It's always nice to be noticed. Apparently, the Tigers are playing well. Hammers Mikey's in the house. Good evening, Mikey.
Mikey.
And as Happy says, good to see ya. Did you just join the military? Well, actually, Kieran and I have both joined up.
Yeah.
The Veterans Army.
A lot of good we fucking do.
Oh, mate, yeah. We'll back everybody up from the back.
Yeah. Encouragement, we'll give them that.
Oh, you meant the background.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, no, this is just my grey wall in my bedroom. No, I haven't got a green screen, mate. No, I did have, but I gave it to my niece for her digital studies O-level or something. So, yeah, I gave it to her. It's mad with all the stuff with Man City and the legal case against the Premier League. Looks like the league is falling apart with all the clubs fighting for themselves. Mate, did you ever expect anything less than that? All the clubs are going to be fighting for themselves. It always was going to be that way. Good evening to you, James. Thank you for joining. And he says, morning.
G'day, James.
Oh, right, hold on. There we go. Let's see how many. Oh, Colin, good evening to you, sir. Thank you for joining. Good evening, Budgie, Cieran, and everyone in the chat. Sorry I'm late. Joining, just had to do my duties as a carer for my friend. Fair play to you, then, sir.
You do what you do, Clyde.
Tip me out.
You're doing a great job, mate.
Great win, gentlemen, but we need to see how we are after the break.
Yeah, what's our first game? Is it Tottenham, then Man U, or Man U Tottenham?
No, it's Tottenham and then Man U.
Yeah, tough game. Two tough games.
It's Tottenham away as well.
Yeah, that's a hard one because they will test us. But this is where we need to go back to our super counter-attacking game because that's how you're going to beat Tottenham. They will give you chances. They play up on the halfway line. They love that. They back Van der Ven to catch anybody because he's fast, one of the fastest players in the league, being a centre half, which is fucking amazing. Yeah. But even Fulkrug, even if he's fit, he ain't playing, mate. I guarantee you that he's not playing. This is made for Antonio. And Antonio's record against Spurs is pretty decent over the years. He's fucked them a few times. And his celebration dances are fucking legendary now, aren't they, against Tottenham? So, we will have to counter-attack this game. It's the only way to play Tottenham. They press everything in the midfield. It's going to be tough. But Bowen can do well in this game, and so can Antonio.
And I think
that's you've got to defend deep and you've got to counter-attack Tottenham. To me, that's the answer.
Yeah, and and I think that also, we've got to have somebody strong on our left wing as well. I think,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say, I think it's got to be Kudus.
I think it could be. Oh, sure.
I think everyone else is getting bullied out there because they got quite a tough midfield, haven't they? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's got to be Kudus out there on that left. I really do.
It probably does for this game because of the counter-attacking as well. But if we can put balls over the top for him to run onto, or for Antonio, or for Bowen, that gives you chances. That gives you chances. That's the way I look at it. I think Kudus on the left might be the right idea, even though I don't want him to be on the left. No, but I think for this game,
but we need body strength, though, don't we, out there for this game? Do you know what I mean? He's perfect for it. I mean, Bowen is good at what he does, and he's got a certain amount of body strength anyway. But everybody in the club says that they can't move Kudus. Once he's on the ball, you can't get him off.
Well, he's amazing with it, isn't he?
I know.
Dribbling with the ball,
we need him to be at his best out there on the Spurs game. For me, I mean, for me, the perfect lineup for the Spurs game would be Areola in goal, Kilman and Todibo in the centre, with Emerson and Wan-Bissaka either side. And then in the middle, I would have Alvarez and
Socha,
and then Paqueta in front of them.
Yeah, that's about me as well. And that front three we're talking about, that's our odd lineup.
And the front four.
what we do have to be is defensively solid. We can go at them in the second half. You see how they collapsed the other day against fucking Brighton. Absolutely collapsed when they went out. But we don't want to do that from the off. We'll get caught. So I would be defending deep and trying to hit him. And Ariola's got to fucking up his game a little bit. I've noticed he's gone off the ball a bit lately.
He has a little bit, yeah. He seems to back to the ball a bit too often these days.
They will be getting shots on target. We will have to defend well, and he'll have to be good in goal. But I mean, I think
he's probably going to be at his best within his 6-yard box, because that is where he normally is at his best. To be fair, he's an incredible shot stopper. So let's hope, as you say, let's hope he's on his game and on his job. You know, I mean, like the fact that the people, some people say that he don't command his box as well as some keepers do. In this game, he doesn't. We don't need that. We need someone who's going to command the 6-yard box, and that's it. The rest of it can be done by the defensive players, including the midfield.
Yeah, we'll have plenty of them.
Wally, are you good in your location on the west end of Florida? Yeah, Lawrence, as we kind of mentioned earlier, he's in the Panhandle, the Florida Panhandle. I don't know really what that is, but he's fairly safe.
I think he's to the north of it, so he should be okay.
Yeah, I think most of the storm is going to miss them. They might get some high winds, but that'll probably be the most they'll.
It's amazing, in the last sort of 10 hours, about 10 tornadoes have developed there as well. It's fucking
There you go. Look, Wally's confirmed it. Just a bit of wind, no rain.
Yeah. He's just got a bit of wind, has he, Wally?
Right. Hammers Mike, he says, spare a fault for the mad American geezer who is refusing to leave his 20-foot boat in the dock and taking the storm head on.
I don't have a lot of faults for him except you're a fucking idiot. It's as simple as that. Mate, I'll just tell you an example of that, Bud, what we had here.
Yeah.
Even with they have the same, like the bushfires we had and everything else. I remember one a few years back now. It was in Victoria, and people refused to leave it. This fucking bushfire was flying with the winds that were predicted and everything. It was just taken off. You couldn't stop it. There's nothing you could do. It was coming towards a lot of these areas in Melbourne or Victoria. Yeah. And people decided to stay and fight their houses, and they all fucking died. It's stupidity. It might sound like a fucking brave thing to do, but sometimes fucking human nature is too strong. You just got to get out of the way, and you've got the opportunity to get out of the way. Get out of the way.
Yeah.
So I don't have a lot of sympathy for people doing that.
What you don't do is put yourself in harm's way, do you?
Exactly, and they are. It's crazy, man. If you can't get out of the way, that's fine, because there were some people that the fire had already surrounded them. It might be 10 miles away, but it had already gone all the way around. They couldn't get out. Fair enough. They had to stay because it was too late. But others could, and they didn't, and they paid the price. Terrible.
Yeah. Happy is saying GP and Green. I haven't seen them for a bit. I hope they're both well. I saw GP at the weekend on a couple of streams. Actually had a bit of a chat with him, so I know he's okay. Haven't seen Greeno for a little bit though.
No.
But hopefully they're both well. James says, well, if you're in a boat in a storm, it pays to meet it head on.
I mean, if you've got a 15-foot fucking storm surge of water coming at you, it don't matter where, head on or fucking not.
Yeah.
Man. Mate. Well, let's hope it isn't that 10 to 15 feet. Let's hope it fucking dies a bit. Still going to be bad, whatever happens. Whatever happens, it's going to be bad.
Yeah, it's not going to be good at all. Right, so yeah, apparently he's he said he won't drown and thinks that he will survive because the boat will float on the tidal wave if it reaches 200 feet in the air.
Good luck with that, mate.
Smash it to bits, and if it did float on it, what happens when it comes crashing down on land?
Good luck with that, mate. He's got to surf the wave. Fair play.
He'll be in the bloody 20th floor of a fucking building.
Well, if he survives it, it could make a great story, I suppose.
Hashtag stalk still. Might invest in one of those 1990s Orange Network Motorola brick phones. Why is that, Mikey? And then happy to just do it. Nokia with a snake. Oh, that's the... Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, look, Mandy's in the house. Oh, thank you. Bless you, Mandy. She says, oi, what a handsome duo. Clearly, you need to go and see your optician. I hope you can get yourself that one.
Mandy's just a good liar. Tell you that.
Is that called a buzz cut? Okay. Oh, there you go. Look, another one saying, "What a slick hat."
Yeah, I wear it every week. I only normally wear it when I'm outside and the sun's in my eyes, but fuck it.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I should put a tip on the head myself.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll go on then. I will.
No, don't put it on. Don't. Yeah, you got to be. Fuck me, you got to be up there. You got to turn it around backwards again. That's
or sideways like that.
Benny Hill style.
I can't go backwards.
Mate, looks like you've got a shower cap on now, mate.
No, but it looks like a pair of them pants you put over a nappy on a baby. No. Yep, and yep, you're right. Another 2-week boring break.
It's fucking horrible, isn't it?
Dog shit, yeah, sure is. International break. At least we have match playing tomorrow. Yeah, for Greece. Yes, for Greece against England. So we can all cheer for Greece this week.
Yeah, I am.
Cheering for England, I think. I ain't cheering for England.
Well, I only watched England because of Rice, now I can't be asked.
Yeah. Mate, until they get 3 West Ham players in the squad, in the starting 11, they're not going to win fuck all. Simple as that. Look what happened last time we dominated the starting lineup. We won the World Cup. That's all I'm saying. What was the last break after our Palace win as well? I do believe it was. I managed to win after one, but we'll have to change that. Mark Ian says, I hate these international breaks at the best of times, but this one is a real shame. It disturbs the momentum built from the Ipswich game.
Sometimes it works for you, doesn't it, the break, and sometimes it doesn't. This time it hasn't. And the only trouble I'd say to you, I think Antonio is ideal for this Tottenham game. He's off, isn't he? He's over in Honduras or whatever, playing a couple of games. Jesus, that's not good. He's always shagged when he gets back from it.
Oh,
so I might have to rethink that. But what do you do? Maybe it's good for him.
If he gone, mate, if he gone in 60 minutes.
Well, he's always gone in 60 minutes, but we might only get half out of him this time, mate. But it's not ideal. That's for sure.
No, it's not. It's not ideal at all. Big game with the Spurs. Really looking forward to a battle over this frog. Got a feeling it's back to reality after the break. And Luther Van Dross, don't let the Ipswich game fool you. Sloppy is going to be worse than Moyes. Well, Mikey, I mean, look, we don't know that for sure.
No.
We can only judge that, on the long term, and we haven't had the long term with him yet.
No, I said 10 games for me before I judge him, and I will judge him. But yeah, I agree with Mike in one respect that we can't get carried away with that. That was an Ipswich and a poor Ipswich. It weren't the Ipswich that played Villa the week before. They were poor on the day. But we were good on the day, and that's a positive. The players we needed to step up did step up. Bowen was superb. Antonio was superb. Souček was superb. Kudos was good. Tadiva at the back was good. That was my big positive about it. That he's going to become a good centre half for us. So they all stepped up, and they've been poor, regardless of the manager. Them guys have been poor up until now. So that's my look at it. If these players step up and play to the ability they've got, and we know they've got it, all of them, good players, man, and we'll do all right. But they have to step up for that manager because they haven't been. So if they do, and he still gets it wrong with tactics and everything else and substitutions and that, well, then we'll judge him then.
Yeah. Good point here from Colin. Well, we actually did cover this a little while ago. How would you line up considering we lack pace in midfield? Thing is, with the players that we've got, we actually don't really need that much pace in the midfield. What we need is good ball-playing midfielders.
We do, but we need the pace. If we can get behind them, we do need a bit of pace, and I think that Kudos and Bowen have to supply that. That's all we've got there, really. And plus, if Antonio is fit enough to bloody start, we need him in sort of beast mode. And plus, I'll just go by his record against Tottenham. He loves it. He loves fucking scoring against them, man.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
And he loves giving it to them. So.
A bit like Callum Wilson with us. Wherever we've been, he scored against us, doesn't he?
He seemed to be bloody good, yeah. Even when he was shit, he was good against us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So basically,
anyway, a long way away now, isn't it?
Yeah, I really don't think at the moment we really have got a lot of pace in midfield, but we don't really need it because we got pace in the forward line and in the back line.
Well, it'd be nice to have pace in there, but we won't have it because we're going to have Souček, Alvarez, or Guido. There's no real pace there.
No, it's true, but
well, let's put it this way: we'll be for most of that game. We'll be packed in front of our fucking penalty box. That's going to happen. The pressure that Tottenham put on you.
Yeah.
We just got to hold out before we can break and score. It's the simplistic way of looking at it. But I think that sometimes football is simple.
It is.
We make it too complicated sometimes.
You get from A to B, put the ball in the onion bag. It's simple.
In that first full season of Moyes, that counter-attacking then, and Souček was a big part of that. Yeah. Funny enough. And Antonio, that was superb. That was superb counter-attacking football. And we were doing well at it. If you could get that sort of game against Tottenham when we play them, I think that's where we need to be. Yeah. Just for this game, I mean, everything changes who you play for me. But for Tottenham, I'd play a real counter-attacking style.
Yeah, for me, I think the best game that we ever played with that Moyes counter-attacking style, I think was the away game.
When it was working, at the beginning.
I think it was the away game at Sevilla. I think it was the away game at Sevilla. I think we played it perfectly there. I mean, we beat them 3-0 at home. They were serial winners of that competition. And we did that to them using that system. And I think it was that. Of the two measly wins we've had this season, we've been unable to build momentum. It's a bit. On the bright side, it's Spurs Cup final, and we all know they never win finals. Tyler Kudos on the left needs to be in the middle or on the right. Yeah, Lawrence.
Preferably.
What we're saying is for this particular game against Tottenham, Kudos is the best option for the left because he can play it and he's strong.
For this particular game, Right, here's one I'll throw at you, and the chat. Kudos, his best position is on the right. We know that, right?
Yeah.
Guess what? Bowen's best position is on the right, not forward, on the right. Both of them. At the end of the day, we ain't selling Bowen. He's there. He's the captain now. And he's got a 7-year contract where he is.
Yeah.
See, at the end of summer, this winter, or at the end of this season, sell Kudos. Because I don't believe we're ever going to see the best of him in the middle or on the left, unless he plays on that right. We've got two really good right wingers fighting for the same spot. And I don't believe we'll ever get the best out of Kudos if we keep moving him around. So if you want to look at it at a business point of view, and a player get good money, if he has a decent season, a half-decent season this year, at the end of this season, I'd sell Kudos. And I love Kudos. I don't want him to go anywhere. I'm saying that as a business and a football point of view. There's no point in playing him where he's not going to achieve his best. And I think that's what we're doing at the moment. Yeah. I would sell him at the end of the season. Unless you want to get rid of Bowen. It's not going to happen.
Not particularly. Not particularly, because Bowen is more likely to be the loyal player.
Well, he is, because Kudos will look for that move at some stage. You know, that's my point. But unless we play him as a number 10 and all of a sudden he's brilliant at it, that's different. Well, you reassess. But at the moment, the way I look at it is we're playing him out of position and we're not going to get the best out of it.
Yeah. Usual saying that England will win 2-7.
Kid it. So usual.
No one aside from Mousegate could have been worse than Moyes. Probably right. We can only manage winning once. We can't get long streaks ever, really. We are never like that, really. Well, there has been seasons where we've gone on winning streaks, you know, 3s and 4s in a row. Beckham will score a lot. Last meeting equaliser. Beckham.
I've noticed the other day watching Southampton, Ward-Prowse had a free kick in a perfect position. I don't know what, here we go. Is he ever going to do it for them? No. Got it on target, straight into the keeper's hands, caught it. You know, it was. Yeah. That was it. Yeah.
I think
never going to score another one, is it?
No, I think the best we ever, well, the closest we ever got with him doing that is when he scored directly from the corner.
Yeah.
And
did he score from the Did it go in?
Yeah. I watched it on YouTube earlier and I can't remember what bloody game it was.
I don't think he's ever going to get another free kick goal again. He just don't see that what he used to be.
Yeah. Happy mirroring my thoughts as well. Don't really like watching England, to be fair, but have less enthusiasm without Bowen inside. See, Randy likes the look of him as a 10.
Possibly. I need to see some evidence of it, Randy. That's all. Yeah. If he gave him that chance, I'd like to see it. I just believe the player knows himself, and that player has already said where he wants to play. And I'm sure he's played everywhere, you know, growing up, and in every position at the front and in the midfield. And he knows he's best is on the right, where he's more effective, and he is, and so is Bowen. So to me, you've got a choice of which one do you want to play there. Now, if you play him in a 10 and he succeeds, great. That'd be brilliant. But
I mean, Ajax used him as a false 9 for quite a while.
Well, let's see.
That goes way over my head, Mark. We need a streak like the Undertaker's at WrestleMania.
Yeah. I know there was a wrestler called The Undertaker. That's about it.
Right. Yeah, half decent would be 6 points. Yeah, agreed. Ireland draw games. Yeah. Right, news in America are saying people eat. They had even people normal to stay there.
Hopefully. Hey, Robert. Yeah, I think most will be gone. And out of the way.
Yeah. Hurricane Helm. No, it's Hurricane Milton.
This is Milton. Last week was Helene.
Yeah.
And like I say, that was a precursor. You could see the damage that done. My God, and I watched a lot of YouTube guys. And one thing about that Helene one, it puts a bit of faith back in humanity. The amount of people that came in to help and volunteer. And there was 37 private helicopters turned up, but just as volunteers to help bring water in and everything else and drop it and pick people up who were stranded.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, mate. 37 of them. There were YouTube guys over in America there just loading up, filling it up with their own money, the whole truckload of water and nappies and anything they thought would, and driving it in there after the event to just donate and help. It was really good. Yeah. A lot of it. More so than that stupid bitch Kamala Harris coming up there promising to give everyone $750 fucking dollars. Which is a fucking insult. It wouldn't even cover one telly of that house that's floating down the river. You go, wow, you fucking idiot. Why don't you shut your mouth, say nothing? But, there you go, let's not get political.
Yeah. And the weird thing is, I realised about 5 minutes before we actually went live that this hurricane shares the name with my eldest son. My eldest son's middle name is Milton.
Milton, is it? That's his fault, is it?
No, it could be. I don't know. I haven't seen him in a few years, mate. Perfect. Moyes would have been perfect for the Republic of Ireland, I think. West Ham. Right. Brendan don't like that idea. Right, Mandy is saying the West Ham have enlisted top solicitor Nick DiMarco.
What a name!
Lucas Paqueta.
That'll do me. I love the name Nick DiMarco. That's my pick for a fucking solicitor, isn't it? Get me.
Yeah.
Great name. I
like that. That's a good name. Yeah. Mark says he's going to need him. Yeah.
It's funny.
Right, the guy in the boat probably don't want to be apart from his stash of red and green. Red wine and green. It really doesn't look good for old Pac, does it? How can they put 2 new charges on for needing the phone back for more testing, and he's already thrown it?
Yeah. Maybe they told him to keep hold of it. Who knows?
Well, yeah, but did they?
I don't know. Don't know that much. Otherwise, it's ridiculous, isn't it? If it didn't.
Normally, if they're going to need your phone, or they might want to check your phone again, you won't get it back. Once they've given it back to you, that's the investigation with that phone.
Yeah, exactly. That's my fault.
They can't recall it. Mind you, I'm talking about in the legal law sense of the word, they can't recall it. But as far as the FA are concerned, they can do what they bloody well want.
Well, so they don't even have to prove guilt, mate. It's probability of guilt's good enough for them. So
yeah. Colin says that his team would be Ariola, Wan-Bissaka, Tillman, Tadibo, Emerson, Alvarez, Soler, Socek, Guilherme, strong and fast. Kudos up front and Bowen on the right. Okay. That sounds okay. Soler rather than Paqueta. Mate, I believe Soler's been brought in to replace him, so, you know.
Now, this could be made for Paqueta as well, mate, if he can fucking find a bit of form, get on the ball, putting balls over the top, through the middle. He can find them passes when they've got such a high line. So I'd play Paqueta.
Yeah.
Hopefully not. If Paqueta's going to be as shit he has been mostly this season, no. But we know he can unlock defences like that. He can play them balls and he can play them quick.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So,
no, he can.
Nick DeMarco. We like the name. Look what he's achieved so far. Same guy, apparently, who got Leicester and Newcastle off of potential points deduction.
Sorted it. Sorted.
Is that accurate, Cieran?
What bit, Jamesy?
We talk so much bollocks, we don't know what we said.
No. It could have been something I made up, James. I don't know.
Depends in what context that was in, James. Right. Lawrence says Alvarez may not be our answer in midfield. Slow and bad cards. Rodriguez replaced him well in the last 2 matches.
Yeah, different type of games though against Ipswich. He had time on the ball with Ipswich. He weren't pressed. Tottenham in that midfield when they're playing, basically they like to play in one half of the pitch, with their defenders on the halfway line. There's not going to be much time on the ball in there. They're going to be all over you. So,
no, mate. For me, you've got Alvarez and Paqueta in there. You got to, for me. Paqueta will go in for tackles, and if he don't give away a card, he'll get one.
Oh yeah, I'd have a bet on that one, Geezer.
Well, no, what I mean is, if he don't give away a foul, he'll get one. That's what I meant. Sorry, not a card. Because he's pretty good at getting fouls and stuff as well. So,
we'll probably pick up the yellow.
Disrupt their momentum a little bit. Paqueta's very good at that, disrupting momentum. Name 3 players from the current squad that can get in the current England squad.
None.
I can.
None.
I can name 4.
You can name 10. I'm just saying there's none that we've got are good enough for the England team.
Oh, he didn't say good enough. Oh, he said that can get in.
Are you talking about foreign players as well?
No, 3 English players.
Who?
Well,
Bowen's not. I've said this. Bowen's not good enough for England.
No, but he qualified. So does Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Not good enough.
So does Kilman.
Not good enough. I'm just saying, there's levels, isn't there? I ain't saying they ain't good players, top players, but they're not good enough. I don't think, but Bowen's our best player, and I don't think he's good enough for the England team. Could he sneak into the squad? Yeah, which he has done. But when England come to pick an 11, he will never be in it. To start an 11. That's what I think.
Usual says the game to watch tomorrow, if you can get it, will be Italy versus Belgium. That'll be good.
Could be interesting.
Yeah. There you go. Mark agrees with me. Bowen, Kilman, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, you can name them all you like. But if England, let's put it this way, if the England 11 started with them 3 in it, mate, forget winning anything ever. God, if that's the best we've got.
Yeah. Frog says, think that the FA have set themselves up incompetent legally, handling Pac's phone back and not completing their investigation before doing so. Now, any tribunal in the world would agree with that statement. Unless it's the FA. You can't assume that because... I mean, the thing is, Paqueta's more or less said that, I didn't want that fun. I felt it was been, dirtied by them having it.
The only conclusion you can draw from it that makes sense is they told him, right, here's your phone back up. Make sure you've still got it in case we need it back. If they didn't say that, I don't, they've got no legs to stand on, but yet they put them 2 charges in. So, the conclusion's got to be they told him not to throw it away. I don't know if that's true. It doesn't make fucking sense otherwise. But at the end of the day, the more you look at it, the more of the shit that's come out, that boy's getting a ban, whatever it may be. There's no doubt Paqueta's going to get it back. There's too much evidence that points towards something dodgy, and I think that's all they need. They don't have to prove it. They just need a high probability, and I think that's what they'll get. And they'll get some kind of ban.
Yeah. So Happy's more or less in agreement with what I think. Paqueta should drop deeper into an 8 role and Koulis into a 10 role. That would solve a lot. If we think it or Somerville on the left.
We think it would. But if you're on a training pitch week in, week out with these players, and you're the manager and you don't think it will work at number 10, he's never going to play in there. That's that old lobby, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know the answer. You don't work with the players every day.
Frog says one of the best back forwards in the Premier League.
They might become that, Frog. They might become that, but I don't think they are yet.
No. But, Kilman and Tadibo.
To me, I think it is a good back four we got. But they've got to become consistent. And when you start seeing clean sheets, really, against Ipswich, it should have been a clean sheet. There was nothing that the back four done wrong. I mean, it was all down to Areola, really. He should have saved that. And it should have been a clean sheet. And they've got to start putting clean sheets on the board. Because that's what we lacked last year, wasn't it? We were conceding goals all over the place. But I was really impressed with Tadibo in that game. And I went, yeah, this could be a top boy for us. He looks like he just come out of a pub and all, doesn't he? He just looks like he walked out of a fucking pub and played football. Tadibo. Probably wears a Marnie suits when he fucking gets out of there, but...
Yeah. Say hypothetically Paqueta gets a lifetime ban. Does the 50 million we spent on him go down as a loss towards FFP?
I don't know about the FFP, but it is a loss.
It probably will do, but the club will be very clever and they will do something along the lines of, in my opinion, they will get a solicitor or a team of solicitors to fight or sue for the money lost, the lost money, 50 million.
Don't know how it works. Mark will be in there. We'll get Mark to sort it out.
That'll go on for about 2 or 3 years, and by that time, we will have adjusted our FFP, blah, 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 and that 50 million can stop.
We might be able to write it off as a loss that, doesn't count. So, yeah, it might work for us.
I don't know how it works, really, to be fair.
I don't know. We're guessing with that.
We are. But if I would imagine that the club would probably do something about trying to sue for at least some of that money back. Cracking back for midfield needs some pace, and on paper we could rock. Yeah, but how much pace do you want in the midfield, though? Really, to be fair.
I'd love to have every player with pace, because pace makes a massive difference in the Premier League. It does help.
It does, but with the way we set up and the way we have set up for the last 3 or 4 years, it's very similar to the way we set up now. And I think we need ball players in the middle of the park, not pace.
You need both. We need ball players and pace. We need pace on the wings. That's where I think you should have.
Well, we get that with the likes of Gouda, Somerville, Lewis, Guilherme, Bowen. You know, we do get a bit of pace out of them.
It helps when you've got pace in the player. But there's ball players with pace. But it's nice to have. But you work with what you got.
Yeah. See, Michael believes the same I do. That we'll sue Paqueta for his money. Kudus showed an interesting thing versus Ipswich. He's swinging in central from the left, so he's almost a pendulum. Yeah. But he does that from the right as well when he's out on the right. Mikey, we have no evidence yet of full crew go. He ain't going to be mustard granted, but hopefully he will do a job for now. That's the only problem with strikers. We've always had strikers that will do a job for now, and they rarely do. They rarely do. I mean, for me, I think the last actual striker that we signed and that I was really, really happy with, I think has to be Andy Carroll. You know?
Yeah, but
he's injury prone.
Yeah, but this is it, guys. I mean, he went to fucking Liverpool on a massive, massive fee, right? Was he 50 million or whatever? Ridiculous they paid for him. And then they give him 2 for 15 fucking million. And there's a reason for that. Because you ain't going to put him on the pitch week in, week out. And that's no good to Liverpool, but it was good enough for us. And we suffered for that. We suffered for that because it costs us fucking
we got our 15 million quid worth out of him, I think.
Well, we did. His wages, guys. If you look at all the money he cost us over that period of time, mate, we made him a multi-millionaire, and we couldn't get him on the pitch. Do I think it was a great striker? Yeah, but it's like anything. They're great as long as they're playing. It's a shame, but that's the way it was. But we took a pump.
Who was the last striker then for you that you were 100% close to 100% happy with that you could get?
I was happy with Alea, but when Moyes didn't want, he turned up. He didn't want him, and that was a shame that he didn't play to his strengths or try to utilise him. He did rather lost 20 million and sell him. He did not want him whatsoever. But I liked Alea. I thought he's a top striker, man. But that was a good buy. But then the wrong manager for him came in. So it's just circumstance. It's a shame. But the best one we ever bought was fucking McAvenny. He was fucking brilliant. He hit the ground running, mate, 85, 86 of it. Fuck you, hell, man. I love that boy.
Yeah.
What showing he, mate?
What with him and Tony Cotty?
Him and Cotty, they ripped it up that season, mate. Ripped it up.
I mean, like, I feel that we talk about McAvenny and Cotty in a way that, Man United probably talk about Cole and the other one. What was his name?
Yeah, no one cares. It wankers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Deza. Yeah, we do, because that's probably one of the most enjoyable seasons a lot of West Ham fans, especially our age, remember. Was that Dwight York? Yeah, a great player.
Yeah,
both.
But I mean, we don't hear of striking partnerships anymore.
No, it's almost a thing of the past now, mate, isn't it? So, well, there you go. Them two, and it was only because Goddard got injured that McAvenny came in up front. Because Goddard was a centre forward and a good one too. He was a good player. Yeah. Poor Goddard. He got badly injured, and they threw McAvenny and Cotty up front. They just clicked from the off. They clicked. And if it weren't for the bad start we had that season, we started it with the first 6 games really badly. And then we went on a run, mate, and we were close to winning that league. That bad start stopped us from winning that league. We were the best team, for me, in that year. We were the best team. And it took more than McAvenny and Cotty, but they were taking all the limelight because the goals, they were just scoring goals and fun. They were great.
Stephen Plaistow is in the house. Good evening. we've got the back sorted now.
It's
Somerville, wing, Caduce, middle, bone, right wing sorted. Yeah, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go against
Yeah,
that.
a lot of people want to see it. A lot of people want to see that, and we'll see whether he entertains it. I'm not sure he will. He might.
Kudus is making himself central, it looks. I don't know if that's locked orders, just instinct in the centre. Yeah, I mean, like I said, when he was at Ajax, he played centrally a lot of the time. A lot of the time. You know, more than a third of the time. You know.
You'd like to think, guys, that if he's effective there, then Lopetegui will recognise it and he will use it. But we'll see. We'll see. We all know his best position's on the right. We all know that.
He's not going to do the same with him that Moyes done with Fornals, and that's using wrong and then out the door, you know. Hope not.
Yeah.
Hope not.
But I think that's what will eventually happen, guys. I mean, an offer will come in for Kudus probably at the end of the season, and we'll sell him. I think that's what will happen.
Lawrence says he agrees with you because he's dribbling up the pitch. He's awesome, and he's not a striker, but right side and 10 would be good in his opinion. Yeah,
well, that's yet to be seen, Lawrence, and it could be. I don't know that. I want to see evidence of it. If we throw him in at number 10, and if he starts blitzing it, brilliant. I mean, that's. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we could be, with this ridiculous thing with Paqueta, we could be losing, by the end of the season, we could lose both of them. But if we think we're going to lose Paqueta, which I believe we will get some kind of ban, whatever it may be, if Kudus can prove himself in that number 10, well, that fills a spot there, doesn't it? We can utilise then Kudus. Then we keep it. We'll see.
Mikey says it should be Emerson, obviously Ariola in goal. Emerson, Kilman, Debo, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Alvarez protecting in front of them. Somerville, Pac-Man, Kudus, Bowen. That forward four behind whatever striker, and Souček can fuck off.
Well, mate, you can say that, but at the end of the day, if you had a vote today, right, who's been our fucking player of the year so far, hammer of the year, it would be Souček. He's been our most effective player this season, regardless what you think of it.
Yeah.
He has been. And we know his faults, we know his limitations, but he's been our best player for me. Amazingly, but he has.
So James is saying Kudus shooting with his right foot is naff, and it's so often it's his only option when he's on the left.
Yeah, exactly. But he comes in on his left foot to shoot. That's what, as is Bowen.
Yeah,
as Bowen. And then this is why we're trying to shoehorn Kudus into a team where we know where his best position is. We can't play him there because we got Bowen. Yeah. So the only way to shoehorn him in there is to put Bowen as forward, and then you're losing out on what Bowen's good at. I don't believe he's a central.
Yeah. But yeah, he's saying at number 10 when it's tight, he always drags the ball to the left. So he agrees with us guys that he should be played in the middle, really, or on the right. Still think Kudus needs to be more central, but he was doing so from the left. 10 all day. Yeah. Somerville on the left. We've all been looking for that. Anthony Herbert, thank you for joining us, Anthony. Nice of you. Caught a bit of your show earlier with Tony on Early Doors Football TV and called Spuzzy. That was all good. Bit of a giggle as usual. Randy, there's Lopetegui's tactical approach needs to be counter-press to exploit their high line and attack the fullbacks to get joy against them.
Exactly.
Mate.
That's exactly what I said, Randy. And so I think that's the way to play Tom. And I think he will. He's not stupid. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Michael says that the difference in the Ipswich game, they played as a team and everyone looked like they were enjoying it.
Yeah, I mean, that's about right, Michael. They did. They enjoyed the game. They played well.
Yeah.
So having a ball. We could have had 6 or 7 there, couldn't we? The cracking ball in by Antonio onto Kudus' head that he hit the post with. That was a great cross. You know, that's Antonio pulling that to the right and banging a nice ball in. It was a really good cross. Kudus, floating in late. And, you see even Souček there. If it weren't for fucking Kudus getting in his way and leaping like a salmon for about 10 foot high, Souček was there to fucking nod it in himself. Right, yeah. And that was a great header by Antonio to hit the underside of the bar.
Wasn't it, Jar? Great ball into him and all.
Yeah, it was Emerson, wasn't it? Put that ball in. I think. Yeah, great ball in. Great header. Yeah.
You know how I feel about Emerson. I love the boy. I think he's good. I think he's really, really good,
Yeah, he's been below par up until that game, hasn't he? Yeah, we sort of see what he's really like.
Fair, Cieran, But HV says, Milton, man, I hope we don't get banged on. Mate, I hope you don't. But let's think of those that will do. Was that Philip's best game for West Ham?
I think so, Michael. Do you know, because I watched the Ipswich game the week before, Phillips had a good game. He had a decent game for him. I went, well, here we go. That'd be right. But he was shy against us. Gave the ball away from the first goal, didn't he? Bowen skinned him for his goal. He was shy. Back to what he was like at West Ham.
Yeah. HV said hopeful remains safe.
Yeah, we all do, HV. We all do, mate.
Yeah.
We really do.
Anthony says we're the only 2 West Ham fans. Don't tell
that big Tony, is it? Yeah, Tony talks out his arse, Anthony. Eh? And when I see Tony next, I'm going to say you said that.
Yeah. We, as I understand it, he says, usually get a little bit of the arse end over this side. About 5 days later, if anything. Oh, Prog, so are you in New York area as well then? Wow, we got quite a lot of American hammers in tonight, and we're glad you are. Budgie Cieran, says Randy. How many points do you want to see West Ham get to say that that's a good return from the next 6 games? Spurs, Man United, Forest, Everton, Newcastle, and Arsenal. Let's take them one at a time, shall we? Spurs, I want a minimum of 1 point from that.
Yeah, I'll take that. Man U at home?
Spurs away, that is, yeah?
And then Man U at home.
Man United at home is a minimum. I think we need to win that.
I want us to win it, but if we had 2 draws in end games, it wouldn't be terrible. So I'm going to go just 2 points out in games. And I expect.
I agree, but I think
Forest
we need to win that. Forest, I think it doesn't matter whether it's home and away. We got to get 3 points from that.
Yeah, they're playing well though, Forest. I wouldn't write them off either.
Yeah, but they were playing well last season, and we done them 4-1. So,
I'm going to go.
I'm going to go.
3, 4, 5.
5 so far.
I'm going to go 8 points.
Okay, so that's 5 up to the Forest. Everton, I think we need 3 points out of that.
Yeah.
Newcastle, I don't know if it's home or away, but I would hope for a point from that. Arsenal, I don't think we're getting anything from it.
No. If we took 8 points out of them games,
8, maybe 9 at a push, but 8 points would be great. 8 points would be great, in my opinion.
Because, like I say, Forest, you look at Forest, but my word, they're playing well lately. But I think Matey just got injured, didn't he? Gibbs White. So he could be out of the equation. He looked nasty, his injury too, so he makes a big difference for him. So, if you get 3 points there.
Hammers Mikey says that Kamala Harris is going to do more damage.
Absolutely, Mikey. Absolutely. She's worse than a fucking hurricane. That damage she'll fucking do.
They had his phone for 2 months, enough time to check all of his data. Yeah, indeed. Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. They didn't check his Pornhub. I want to have a look. See what's on there. He might have gone to a Diddy party. Who knows?
James says that over here on the Potato Riviera, Milton is also the name of a nappy cleaner. Hope it isn't a bad omen, he said. I wonder if they return the phone stating that he has to keep it on hold of it in case they need it for further investigation.
Yeah, that's the only thing that makes sense, Abby H. It's the only thing that makes sense. If they didn't tell him that, then they can't charge him with anything. Maybe they told him that and he ignored them. I don't know.
See, the thing is, I would say once the phone's handed over, you've finished with it.
I know.
So what I do with that phone after that is my business. Yeah. If I want to go and donate it to an hotel or an hospital or wherever somewhere, hotel, I don't know why I said hotel.
No, I don't know what you mean.
If I want to go and donate it to an hospital or, like an homeless shelter or...
Smash it to bits. Just smash it
to bits or give it the fucking
I know.
To play with.
That's what I say. That's why it doesn't make sense unless what Abby H is saying happened. Nobody fucking knows.
Yeah.
Right.
If you see an inflatable raft flying the Hammer's way, I'll give you the sound. We could have erased everything on the phone. He could have erased, then handed it over.
They have ways of finding things that have been erased.
Yeah, Mandy, I don't know if you're a computer au fait. I'm not really, but I do know that even if you do like factory resets and wipe the hard drive on a computer, there's still a trace of all the data that's been on there, and it's all retrievable with certain software. So, even if he had deleted everything, there's no way he could have permanently deleted it.
He'd be right, man.
Yeah. Budgie knows a little too much about getting his phone taken from him by the cops. Yeah, you could say that, Lauren. I probably lost about 11 phones to them. But, like, a lot of them were all in one go. So they took 9 phones in one go. They were all old phones, all my kids' old phones, everything. They're just horrible bastards. And it took them 2 years to get back to me and say, do you want your phones back? Like, no. If I was him, I'd buy a new phone and bin the one returned. Yeah, well, that's exactly what he did do, Simon.
What he done?
That's exactly what he did, mate. Second nature to me, is it? Thanks very much. Yeah, kind of is, really. Mandy, the only way to delete all the data is factory reset, and they would send that. Right. Michael, I don't know if you know more about it than I do. I'm assuming you do. But I was told that even factory reset won't delete it. Who can last 2 months without a mobile these days?
Yeah. Unfortunately, Simon. Unfortunately, yeah. No one can last 10 minutes without one, can they?
Yeah, nobody can last 2 minutes without one. As if a player with that money coming in would be without a phone for even an hour. Why would they need his actual phone? Surely just his SIM card unless he's changed his number. Yeah, well, when they take phone for investigation,
At the end of the day,
they take the SIM card as well. And even if you contact your, I know this much, if you contact your mobile provider and say, right, I want my number back on this new SIM card, they will go, yes, you can do that. But the police will still have access to all of the messages and everything connected with that number on that phone that they've got, not the new stuff. That much I do know. Maybe the club advised him not to hand the phone over. No, they wouldn't do that, Mandy. No, they would insist that he give full, full assistance. They would insist. Good evening, Trodge. Thank you for joining us.
Trodge.
If you are the shining light in your community, but are you known to be fiery? Oh, hang on. This is something we have no idea what we're talking about. Apparently, George Baldock was only 31.
Yeah, I was thinking that you had to be young. Yeah. Had to be young, man.
Right. Colin says that you're right about Paqueta, Kieran. I'm just saying drop him because his form could be due to the court case.
Yeah, Colin, it could be, mate. It could be getting to him a bit because he hasn't been the best. And the end of last season, if you remember, he was pretty poor too. He didn't seem to bother him when it first happened. He was still fucking flying. But that's how the end of last season he dropped right off. And he hasn't recovered it yet this year. He's been okay here and there, but he's been average. And it could be affecting him because we wouldn't know. And I'd imagine it maybe it is. So you could be right, man. I'm just, when you've got a player and you know what he can do and you want him to start because he could rip fucking Spurs apart and you hope you see it again. That's where I am with him. But you're right. We don't know.
Thanks for joining
me.
Gay is better than Kilman if he's being honest, Roger.
Yeah, he is a good player, guys. Yeah. I think he is, George. I think Gay is a top player.
There's a great point. Thank you, Mandy. If Maguire can get in, fucking surely Kilman can.
No, but yeah, I know you say that, but Maguire for England has been pretty good.
Yeah, but I don't know. Mandy, as far as I'm concerned, darling, you're a legend for saying that. Thank you.
Yeah, I think he has been good for England, Maguire.
Lawrence says that Paqueta needs to show him more than he has already. I would replace him with Soler. And that, I think, is the long-term plan.
I haven't seen enough of it there yet, guys, to make a judgment on him. I've not seen enough of him.
Happy says he's injured, isn't he? Yeah. He can land a jump jet on his head. He can land a jump jet on his head. Anyway, just thought I'd put that into Happy's head. Gary's aerial stats are high. I like what you did there, Trod. Aerial stats are high. Very good.
Did he know that? That's the thing.
Yeah. Ian says that he agrees with you, Kieran. People are all agreeing with you tonight, mate. England have an embarrassment of riches at the moment. Our players are not good enough. If we don't win something with this squad, it will be criminal.
I think it's been criminal already, Ian. We should have won it before. We should have won. I think Southgate was a big part of us not winning with the embarrassment of riches we've got. And that's why I don't think there's a West Ham player good enough for it. Because we've got so much to choose from. And there's so many young players coming through as well that look fucking amazing. You know, so many.
Yeah.
And, it's hard to see any West Ham player in that England team. Rice is the only one. Rice is the only one, you know, you knew that he could be the next future England captain.
Yeah. Randy says, basically, Budgie, realistically, Kilman would be the one to get into the England squad because centre-backs in England are not definitive. Right, okay.
I'd have Gahey and Stones in front of Kilman. You know, that would be my pairing.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he couldn't get into the squad, Kilman. He could do.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about when the push comes to shove, you're talking about an England 11. I don't believe Kilman's good enough or both.
Michael comes up with another good point here. Look, Betway lost a maximum of 100k. He earns more than that in a week.
I know. And he's old uncles, you know, dishing out 15 grand to that striker in Europe, whatever his name is. And 15 grand, I mean, it's fucking peanuts to them. None of it makes sense. But probably don't make sense to them either. But I still think he's going to get a ban from it.
Yeah. Why did Gahey get in the England squad, bearing in mind Paris's form?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely he gets it. Because individual players, it isn't always about the team they're playing. That made Rice got in and we were shit.
Yeah, but let's be fair. Don't matter, and I am being completely honest about this. I believe that doesn't matter what nationality Declan Rice is, whatever nationality he would be one of the first names on the team sheet for the national squad.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
I don't think there's a better defensive midfielder in the world right now. I really don't.
No, there probably is, but he's up there. He's doing well.
Zanussi, good evening to you, sir. West Ham have more money to put into an L.
Well,
more money to put into an L. Lawyer, that probably meant. Nick DeMarco sounds like mine and Carrot and Boogie's child. Damien, you funny bugger. Galley was top. Now he is picked in Prem for Aerial Jules 1.
Yeah, he's a top player, mate. I remember seeing him 2 years ago. I went, wow.
God, do me a little favour, mate. Have another little check on that and just see where he would be in English players in the Premier League with Aerial Jules 1. I wouldn't mind betting he's top of that.
Yeah, that would be close, wouldn't it?
Which is probably why he's been chosen, because of that, etc. Sounds like a cartel. Nick DeMarco, yeah, it does, doesn't it? Sounds like a cartel boss.
Yeah.
Mark, this is what I am saying. Kilman has been far better than Gahey.
No, not for me. But like I say, Palace is shit at the moment, so it's under a lot of fucking pressure. That doesn't mean he's shit. You can have great players and teams that teams have been crap, but
yeah.
I tell you, this stupid thing a commentator come up the other day when it was it the Brighton Man United game? He said that Brighton's under 21s beat Palace's under 21s 10-0. I don't know if that's right. I heard it right or not. I went, Palace's youngsters might have fallen off a cliff. I don't know.
Yeah. Good evening, Lynn. Thank you for joining us, though.
Hey, Lynn.
Hope you're well.
Yes, I do.
Might have missed earlier comments. I don't know. Injury worse than we thought. Yeah. Well, the thing is, there are now, and I will state this, that they are rumours that he may not be fit until January.
Yeah. Rumours, yeah. I think it is worse than they thought at the beginning, or bullshitters about it. That's what could have happened.
Well, yeah.
He's been out long enough already. Like I said, and there's not, even if he was right for the Tottenham game, you can't just throw him in there. Can't see it.
Especially not in
and I don't think he suits the Tottenham game either, for that matter, much. You know, he doesn't suit.
I don't think he suits it because he doesn't know the way of the team. You know what I mean? He hasn't had enough experience with the team to play a game.
It's just the way Tottenham play, Geezer. He'd have to play on the halfway line. And he ain't got the pace or dribbling ability to get past or get through. You know what I mean? And then he hasn't got the pace to get behind them. It's the wrong game for him.
Yeah, but so, in fairness, he has got the power to get the ball from the halfway line into the back of the net.
No, I don't think he has. He hasn't got the pace to do it. He needs to be in the box or just outside the box to be effective.
I'm talking about shooting from the halfway line.
Fucking hell, man.
He's capable.
Right. He's capable, right? And that's what we're going to do, shoot from the halfway line. Well, I don't think Lopetegui's got that as part of the tactics.
And then trick everybody and fucking change it.
See a bit of all right. I think they'll work it out after the first go. Even though their keeper does like to be fucking 5 yards outside of his box, you might be an option, who knows?
Yeah. Sorry, Lynn, we didn't make fun of your comment, but yeah, we do think that the injury is worse.
Yeah, I do.
Like we said, you know. And there's a little link from Trodge.
Jesus fucking hell.
As soon as he's a spanner, he's allowed to do that.
Yeah, well, we don't do stats. We don't do stats, Trodge. We just make it up as we go along.
No, I think it was Happy that asked him where he gets them from.
Oh, I got him.
And so there he is, kindly obliged, you know. Feels that Areola started out poor.
Yeah, he's shit, Lawrence. He's fucking shit. We've got to get rid of him.
Yes, we can. Right, everybody's saying hi. James, in all honesty, I thought Paqueta was far more culpable than Areola for the Ipswich goal.
He was, James, he was culpable for sure. He's weak as piss when that boy just turned around at Liam Billat. But still, it was the initial mistake. I think his Paqueta, he was poor in that situation. But still, you expect Areola to save that. And I know Areola would have expected to save it as well. It's not as if he doesn't know. He does. But lucky enough, it didn't cost us in this game. Apart from a clean sheet.
Here we go. Michael has given us a little bit of insider info here, look.
Oh, yeah. I think he's making it up. I think Michael's making it up.
He's converting the fastest to Lopetegui's new style, and he's staying behind in training to do extra passing work.
I hope that's the truth, mate. That's good. There you go.
That's
these passing does seem to have improved a bit. He's old. I can't. As much as when he was poor, Souček, especially under Moyes, where I believe Moyes overplayed him. He was fatigued, you could see it, and he just kept throwing him in, and he was struggling. I think under Loppe here, he's had a new lease of life.
Yeah.
And I think he's doing well. Doesn't mean there ain't mistakes in him or his passing's going to be the best in the world. That's not going to happen overnight. But he seems to be more effective at this moment in time.
Yeah.
So, we judge him by the games we play. I think he's been good.
Doesn't that last comment, though, this one from Michael, doesn't that show that Souček kind of deserves the chance to show what he can?
Yeah.
He's clearly doing this to improve himself so that he's better for the club.
Amazing. That just shows you what the character of that guy. That's why I've always liked Souček, because I like players that put 100% in and are trying their best. We've had players that, ever since I was fucking 10, that were trying their best and weren't that great. But we loved them because the effort was there. You could never knock his effort. You can you can knock his technical ability at times, but who hasn't? There's loads of players we've had over the years like that. But we love them because they give everything.
American defender we had. What was his name? Going back quite a few years. It was an American kiddie. What was his name?
Yeah. Don't remember. Don't start.
Hey?
Don't start giving these names. I've got to remember. We're fucked.
No, all right, fair enough. let's try this one. Atlee says he didn't believe that Tatty would ever do Locke's style. He does seem to be the most improved player.
Absolutely. And we all thought that at the age that it probably wouldn't suit him at all. But he has been the most improved player this season. He's been superb.
Yeah. And like Trudge was saying, if his passing keeps improving, he offers a lot.
Absolutely, Trudge. I'm a fan of Sochi, so I'm just delighted for him that he's doing well.
Yeah. Yeah. Lawrence says most of Mavropanos' mistakes lead to goals. He corrects himself, I think.
Yeah. I think again was like that as well. You know what I mean? I thought a lot of times he was unlucky because every mistake he seemed to make led to a goal. But when you see Dawson, right? We love Dawson. But he used to make one or two mistakes a game, but most of the time it didn't lead to a goal. He got away with it. It was it was a bit luckier. Every time I get fucked up, it went in there. And I think, but yeah, there you go. Sometimes it's just not that lucky.
Mark said John Hartson was his favourite striker.
Yeah, he was good. Yeah, he was good, man. Yeah, it was a good signing.
How would Brooking have been in this team? He said goes back to Dean Ashton.
So, do you know, even more so, Colin, you say Brooking, but the ultimate player in this team at the moment would be Devonshire because he'd be on that left wing.
Wouldn't he?
He'd be perfect for this team.
Absolutely.
Devonshire would be perfect for this thing.
Absolutely. Completely, I agree. Absolutely. If you were going to bring a player back from like back in the day,
if you could.
It would be Devonshire, yeah.
That solved the left problem. We have to sell Somerville, of course, get rid of that fucker. Mate, we've just got Devonshire back. Poor old Somerville, you've got to go, mate. No, he can be the backup to Devonshire.
Yeah. West Ham says Ashton, Luke Legend. Because he's such a legend, he said Dick Watson.
Yeah. That's a hell of a striker, that was Dick Watson.
Yeah. Frog says, come on, Calvin played an absolute blinder.
He did, mate. Well, he paid us some money back, didn't he? He helped us get 3 points for the first fucking time.
Yeah. Mandy says Arnautovic, aren't he?
Not bought as a striker, but ended up being pretty decent.
Yeah. Brendan says Jemba Bar.
Yeah, I liked him.
Yeah,
I liked him.
I was gutted that he went to Chelsea. Gutted.
I liked him.
Yeah. Arnie and Lanzini worked well together for 6 months. They did. They did indeed. Now that you've mentioned Lanzini, Trod,
don't stop.
We're going to have a stream of comments about him now. Mavro, who? When Mavropanos played right back, it was more like right wing back, and he was fortunate for Debo, sorry, Mavs is too slow. Dean Ashton for me was the last one, but I think both Skamaka and Alea were decent strikers. Shockingly misused by Mr. Moyes.
Yeah, that sums it all up there. Hang on.
Mark says, would have been Ashton not for the injury.
Yeah. I remember that goal when that Ashton scored. It was at Old Trafford against Rio Ferdinand. He chested it down and then volleyed it in the top corner. Made Ferdinand look like a donut. It was a fucking great goal. We still lost, but that's not the point.
See, now, Usual has just highlighted why I loved Andy Carroll so much.
It's not the reason you should be liking him, though, is it? You're not meant to be liking him for that, but there you go.
Right, I'm going to go through some of these comments because I'm going to skip a few because I need to start wrapping things up. It's been nearly 2 hours. McAvenny was class, but remember he was bought in and as a goal-scoring midfielder when Lyle bought him.
That's right, he was, mate. And I say, God, I got injured, and then they threw McAvenny up there, and it just worked. Might have been more luck than anything, but it worked.
Frog, you're absolutely right. Brilliant. I love this comment. Alan Taylor getting 2 goals in the quarterfinal, 2 goals in the semi, and 2 goals in the FA Cup final in '75 should get a mention as well, legend. And
absolutely. All that with a dodgy haircut.
Yeah. Made more out of it. Would we have made more out of Skamaka and Hilaire under Lopetegui?
More than likely.
Yeah. Kudus' dribbling stats are always near the top in all of Europe.
Yeah.
I'm going to skip a few here. Right. Alvarez needs to learn to keep his head when already on a booking. Other than that, I fucking love the player that he is. Says Happy. Could we try switching Bowen left and Kudus right? It is an option, but it's not a very viable one because Bowen is not comfortable out on the left unless it's part of a preconceived plan. You know, like, for example, during free kicks and stuff. Like,
again, we're shoehorning players in out of their position.
Yeah. But for me, it's not a viable option, to be fair. Again, R.I.P. George Baldock. Agreed. R.I.P.
As usual, you can go fuck yourself back.
Yes, completely. We were too busy planning the Great Train robbery.
Yeah.
It took a while to plan.
Yeah, that was some fucking horse, though. Fair play to him.
Yeah, mate.
Mate. Pushing back about 100,000 people off the pitch. That's a fucking hell of an effort.
Randy says Souček still has a place for us, but in the long term, there are better players that can do things that he can't. That's just how it is. Yeah. Agreed, but he does stuff that other players can't and don't want to do as well.
Yeah,
he does a lot of
I think if you look at the overall, you know, what he's done for us, you know, that first season, he was fucking amazing. I mean, he got Hammer of the Year, man.
Yeah.
You know, he was superb for us. And it's about, you got to look at what we spent. We didn't fucking spend 60, 70 million on this sort of player. He's been value for money, man. With all his faults, been great value for money for us. And I like him. He cares.
Yeah. There were a few comments about Phillips. And this is the one I wanted to put up. When Phillips gave that finger to the kid and their parents getting on the coach, that was the final nail. Fuck him. Hope he gets relegated this season. Yeah. And, you know, that video that went viral was actually posted and recorded by Anton.
Exactly. He was putting the finger up to Anton and saying, stick that West Ham Network channel up your arse. It was only Anton who was doing that, sir. He said, you keep slagging me off. Fuck you.
Yeah. Right, let's skip down here a bit more further now. Oh, mate, we're going over stuff that we were talking about and I didn't get to the comments of.
All right.
We're back. Mavs has made mistakes in him. Oh, Mavs has mistakes in him that are awful for us. Really wanted him to work out better because he was a decent eye candy.
That's the most important thing, isn't it?
Yeah. And Djembavar did go to Newcastle first, Mark, and I wasn't so bad about that. But when he went to Chelsea, it just wrenched my gut because my brother's a Chelsea fan and it just annoyed me. Billy Bob, good evening to you, sir. Thank you for joining in, mate. The world would be after him, but Guilherme will make us forget about Paqueta when he leaves and not banned. It's a good sign when the best are after our best. Yeah, I get that. I agree with that to some degree.
Yeah.
Ian says he did the stadium tour with Alan Taylor. Seemed like a very nice man, very down to earth and unassuming, considering his achievements. Yeah.
Wow, that's good, Ian. Was it from Rochdale, wasn't it? We got Alan Taylor. Well, my memory serves me right. Born from Rochdale.
Right, well, I've actually come down to the bottom of the comments, so and these really are just talking amongst each other. So, Happy says, I do believe we've gone up a level since Tatty came in. Not last season, obviously, but our quality is better now. Yeah, and you know we've had a reliable guy in position in many positions. Really, he's played all sorts of places, but he's been reliable. And you know, even now, he's getting goals. He's popping up and getting important goals for us, and mixing it up in midfield. You know, he gets stuck in.
I'm sure that it could come. He has a lull at some stage, and people will be on his back again.
Yeah,
but I think overall, he has surprised me that he would be one of the best, most improved players in this season. But he is, and he's doing a job.
Yeah.
And it's hard to see him not starting every game at this moment. Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, it is almost 2 hours, so we will call it a day now. Thank you, everybody, for your comment and your involvement. And please remember to give the stream a like when you leave the room. Thank you very much. We will see you again next week. We'll try and get it at the same time again next week, 10 o'clock. So until next week, thank you. Mark, thank you. Good to know that you always enjoy it.
Yeah, see you later, Mark.
Thank you, Randy. Thank you, usual.
You and your comments, usual, yeah.
Yeah. Happy says, thanks for the shy lads and lasses. Fine company this evening. Like as you leave, please. Thank you. HB says, come on, you irons. Stay safe, everyone. See you all soon.
Yeah.
Proper football next week. See you all next week. Just as good as last week. Laugh at us. And also, please, everybody that's got somebody on the east coast of the United States, if they're going to be affected by Milton, please keep checking up on them. Please keep in contact with people as much as you can on that coast. We want to know that everybody is well. So, if you're
I'll be keeping an eye on what's going on there through the day, Geezer, because we're expecting this to, I'll say, midnight their time.
Yeah.
In the west coast of Florida there. That is meant to hit. Could be 11, could be 12, could be 1.
Yeah.
And so I'll be keeping an eye on how bad it gets. And my thoughts will be with everyone that's in Florida at the moment. Everyone. Especially on that west coast of Florida. That's where it's hitting. So hopefully everyone's safe and stay safe. We don't have terrible news.
Thank you. We can beat Spurs. Yes, I will say.
Fucking off we can. We can, mate. We can do it.
Right, guys, thank you very much for everybody for joining us, and we will see you next week, hopefully. Take care, everyone. We'll see you real soon.